Stop judging single mothers. Most of them are good and faithful women who fell into the hands of the wrong men.
Okay, this is a crash out post. I'm currently crashing out. Sorry in advance. Women, do not get married and have kids unless you plan on and are capable of becoming a single mom. Because 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, I don't know, statistically high, that's probably what's going to happen to you.
Now, it's not easy being a single mom again. And I say again because the first time I married, it backfired really fast, a week after to be exact, because cheaters will be cheaters, you know, and unfortunately, or actually I would say thankfully, I got pregnant and I have my JoJo now. The only problem is that just because you get married, it doesn't mean everything will be solved for you or everything's gonna go great. Things don't always turn out the way you plan them to.
And one of the most unfortunate comments he made on the show was, men of today are not used to accepting love or receiving love from women in that way because they were raised or brought up by single mothers who didn't have love in themselves to give.
Let me say this. Let me tell y'all something. I got 3 baby daddies. And I'm glad that they don't do nothing for my children. Because you know why? I ain't got to worry about them trying to take my children from me.
And I had one child and sat down. I had one child because I knew I didn't want my life bogged down with a whole bunch of kids. I don't want a whole bunch of kids in my house. I don't. I love kids, but I don't want no whole bunch of kids in my house day in and day out, in and out, up and down.
Imagine trying to find love again, but with a tiny, precious shadow trailing behind you. Or 2. For single mothers, dating isn't just about finding a partner. It's about finding a co-pilot for their entire family. We dive deep into the unspoken realities of re-entering the dating world when you're already a superhero to your kids. Bold statement and relatability. Forget everything you think you know about single moms dating. It's not just about baggage. It's about navigating a dating landscape where your heart isn't the only one on the line. We're pulling back the curtain on the triumphs and unique challenges these incredible women face as they search for genuine connection and love while fiercely protecting their children. Empathetic and solution-oriented. Are you a single mom wondering if you'll ever find love again? Or perhaps you're dating a single mom and want to truly understand her world. This video unpacks the raw, honest, and often beautiful journey of single mothers navigating the complexities of modern dating. Get ready to hear inspiring stories and gain insights that will change your perspective.
Don't date single moms. Don't do it. Do not date single moms if you're not mature enough and don't have that high level of understanding that she comes as a package. It's her and her kids. If you don't have that high level of understanding, to be patient with her. If you don't have that high level of understanding that she might cancel dates last minute just because she couldn't find a babysitter or someone to watch her kids to go on a date with you. If you don't have that high level of understanding that she might not be able to get back to your text messages and phone calls right away because she's busy, because her number one priority is her kids. You see, it takes a real man to understand all that. So if you're not that kind of man, do not waste your time or hers, because it's a lot to take in. So you have to be patient with her.
So for that single mother that's been abandoned, that's been alone to take care of all the kids by herself, and you have to pick up the weight on your own, God is about to vindicate you. God is about to vindicate you, and God is about to bless you, and God is about to send you help because you have responded well. I don't know who this is for, but if it reaches you, you're going to know it's for you. But God is about to get ready and vindicate you, and God is about to get ready and send you help. Because you didn't go tit for tat. You didn't jump from bed to bed because you tried to prove a point to the father, to the child's father, that you can have a man and a man can come in my life. You didn't move like that. You truly trusted that God was going to vindicate you one day, and you truly trusted that the hour will come where when the lies was once spoken about you, that the lies is going to be pointed to the one that spoke the lie. So I pray that this encourage whoever this is going to touch. Please do not go tit for tat with people, because what you're doing is showing God that you don't trust him. Know that your hour of vindication is here. And God is about to reward you, and God is about to crown you. Why? Because you have truly humbled yourself and trusted his word.
A lot of people sit and wonder, they say, why do single women, single mothers, think that taking care of a child by themselves, just doing it all by themselves, is a flex? We don't. We don't think it's a flex. You think that we chose to live this life and take care of children 24/7 on our own, go to work, pay daycare on our own? No, if that was the case, we would have never laid down with them. Every woman thinks their dream is to have a 2-parent household and a backyard with a dog and a pool, and a husband go to work and come home and lovey-dovey and watch movies. It didn't end like that. You got to understand that. See, mama's baby's daddy's maybe. A mother always has to stand her ground and be there. A daddy can run off. Mother's got to stick around. Even when that child is 18 and older, we still got to be there. See, understand this. Not only did we choose peace for ourselves, we chose peace for our children. See, a lot of you women are in a household right now, and you got a man, and you stand your head so high because you got a man paying the bills, but you're miserable. It's toxic. You forgot all about your mental health. You don't even think right. You're crying your sleep to self. You crying at night by yourself when you got a man laying next to you, but he texting another woman. Sometimes you got to choose peace for yourself. That's the difference. We chose peace over our life. We chose our mental health. We benefited for our children so that they don't have to sit and listen to cussing all back and forth, throwing shit all over the wall. We chose peace in our household. It's not a flex. But I tell you one thing, peace is. So when you question it, write what I just said down.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're navigating a really fascinating and I think often misunderstood landscape. We're talking about the unique realities single mothers face when they decide to re-enter the dating world. And this isn't just about finding romance, is it? It's more like finding a potential co-pilot for their whole family. Because, when a single mom dates, there's often more than one heart on the line. Our mission today is really to cut through some of that noise and get to the heart of the dynamics, drawing on some, frankly, surprising insights.
Exactly. Yeah, this deep dive, it really aims to pull back the curtain on the incredible strength, but also the very specific challenges these women navigate. Mm-hmm. We want to go beyond those common cliches. Look at what the research and real experiences actually tell us about seeking connection while at the same time fiercely protecting your kids. We'll be challenging some assumptions right from the get-go.
Okay, let's do that. Let's dive straight into some of those assumptions. Society has, for, far too long, really misunderstood single mothers who are dating. There's this really persistent and frankly unhelpful stereotype, isn't there? That they're mainly looking for a replacement dad or, that they just come with too many complications. It kind of diminishes their own goals, I think.
It really does. And our sources, they pretty clearly dismantle that stereotype. What we found pretty consistently is that most single mothers are not primarily searching for an immediate father figure. That's just not the main goal. Their focus is usually finding a genuine partner for themselves, someone who complements their life, not just slotting someone into a predefined family role. They're generally looking to build something new based on mutual respect, personal connection, separate from their co-parenting stuff.
Mm-hmm. That distinction feels really crucial. And, speaking of challenges, just the decision to even consider dating again, that can feel enormous when you're juggling school runs, work, bedtime routines. Where do you even find the mental energy, let alone the actual time, for a coffee date? Our sources describe it as this almost a constant calculation, this weighing of logistics and emotional bandwidth.
Yeah, it's intense.
Yeah.
But despite those huge demands, that, basic human longing for companionship, for intimacy, it's still incredibly powerful. It doesn't just disappear. And actually, these women often seem to have a deeper appreciation for what makes a connection authentic, maybe because of their experiences.
Okay, so let's get into the specifics then. Modern dating, apps, swipes, the whole digital scene. Single mothers face some really unique questions here, don't they? Like, the big one. Do you put it right there on your profile that you have kids? Or is it better to wait, maybe until you've chatted a bit and feel someone's actually worth that emotional investment? It's a real dilemma.
It's a huge dilemma. And the data we looked at, well, it suggests different approaches work for different people. Many women felt that being upfront, putting it in the profile, acts as a really effective filter. It weeds out people who aren't genuinely open to it. But then again, others who waited, maybe until the first or second conversation, they sometimes felt they got a better quality initial connection. The focus was on them first. And that leads right into that classic first date interview challenge, doesn't it? When and how you bring up the kids. It's such a delicate balance. Bring it up too soon, you risk maybe overwhelming someone, scaring them off even. But wait too long, and it can feel like you've been hiding something huge that can damage trust.
Yeah, it feels like every single step requires, well, maybe double or triple the thought. Because it's never just your heart on the line, is it? It's also about protecting your kid's sense of safety, their emotional well-being, their trust in you. That just adds this incredible weight to every decision in ways non-parents might not fully grasp.
Okay, one of the biggest hurdles that came up again and again in our sources was time management, just pure logistics. We're talking about finding these tiny pockets of time for yourself that feel almost impossible sometimes. For so many single moms, getting out for a coffee date or dinner, it's not casual. It's like a meticulously planned operation.
Yeah.
Getting childcare sorted can be like, well, a military exercise.
Absolutely. And that practical challenge often connects to something deeper, that more pervasive issue.
Yeah.
The narrative of baggage.
Yeah.
Society can be quick to frame past relationships, divorce, single parenthood itself as something negative, like a drawback.
Yeah.
And that's just it's a really unhelpful way to look at it. It really undervalues their strength. Right. And this is where I think it gets really interesting and quite empowering, actually. What if instead of seeing all that life experience as baggage, we reframed it? What if we actually saw, profound resilience, huge responsibility, incredible emotional strength? Our deep dive really showed this powerful shift in perspective happening for many who are dating successfully.
Precisely. Yes. These women aren't broken. They're not encumbered. They are builders. They have literally held entire households together, managed complex emotions, raised children, often against pretty significant odds. That isn't baggage. That's proof of an immense capacity for love, for commitment, for problem solving.
Yeah.
That depth often translates into remarkable emotional maturity, a really clear sense of what matters in a partner. It's a power, frankly, that many people overlook.
And then there's another really critical layer, navigating the kids' emotions. When a parent starts dating, it can definitely stir things up for kids.
Okay, this is a crash out post. I'm currently crashing out. Sorry in advance. Women, do not get married and have kids unless you plan on and are capable of becoming a single mom. Because 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, I don't know, statistically high, that's probably what's going to happen to you. Now, I love being a mom. I really do. And in fact, I quite enjoy most of the time being a single mom. This shit is not fair. The world is not set up for single moms. You will struggle. I don't care what job you have. I don't care how much you get paid. Especially in this economy right now, okay? The world is not set up for single mothers. It will be fucking hard. It will test you in ways that you didn't know that you could even be tested. You will have to fight for those kids, most likely. You will have to fight for those kids. You will have to wake up every morning and question, just real talk, if motherhood is really something that you want anymore, because these men make it so hard. They make it so hard to be a mom. They take away all of the tender moments of motherhood that you could have had, but you were stuck in survival mode. So you didn't even really get to enjoy it. You're just fucking surviving, trying to raise these kids, trying to do the best you can. Then you get $250 a month. What the fuck? That is pennies. That is the gas money it is taking me to drop them off at their father's house and pick them back up. $250 a month. And my ex is a nurse. $250 a month. I'm sorry. I don't even know if I'm going to post this. These men will take everything from you. They will promise you so much. They will promise you so much. And it will feel great at first. It will feel peaceful at first. And for some fucking reason, when you have their child, they will abandon you. They will discard you. Even if they don't cheat, even if they don't do anything significant, they'll emotionally turn away from you to the point where you leave. I left. I can't be in that. It is not what we were promised. It is not what you think it is. I promise you. I promise you. And before you come on here and say, oh, well, my situation's not like that, good for you, honey. You are in the 1% of women that are very lucky, because the rest of us don't have that. And the rest of us become single moms. And it sucks, because all I wanted was to be a mom. I love being a mom. But the best parts of my motherhood were taken from me. And in fact, the first time I got pregnant, the man said he couldn't have kids, and then fought me in court for 5 years. Fought me in court for 5 years to take away my son that he claimed in the beginning he wasn't even capable of producing, because he didn't want to wrap it up at first. Yeah. Yep. I can't handle it. I can't handle this. I can't handle men anymore. Y'all are liars. You lie to women. You promise us a lot. We are objects to you. We are things that you put on your shelf. I am a human being, and my life is forever changed. My life is forever changed. I will never be the same.
Jealousy, curiosity, maybe even fear of being replaced. This isn't just a one-off hurdle. It's an ongoing conversation, isn't it? A delicate dance within the family. Oh, absolutely. Addressing those feelings with real honesty, with patience, with age-appropriate talk, that's just essential. It becomes an ongoing part of the journey for any single parent who's dating seriously. Our sources really emphasize that open dialogue, even when it's hard, builds trust. It helps kids process what's happening.
Okay, but let's shift gears a bit. Let's celebrate the wins, the triumphs, because our deep dive absolutely shows that many single mothers do find authentic, lasting love. They find partners who truly embrace the whole package, kids and all. And those stories are just powerful proof that love isn't about pretending challenges don't exist. It's about leaning into them, embracing the full, rich reality of someone's life.
Yes, and if there's one sort of secret ingredient that kept coming up for that success, it seems to be vulnerability, radical vulnerability, actually, and crystal clear communication. When single mothers open up honestly about their responsibilities, their boundaries, what they realistically expect and need in a partnership, they often find partners who don't just respect that honesty. They're genuinely drawn to it. They admire it. And this kind of intentional love, it doesn't seem to complicate the existing family dynamics. Actually, our sources suggest it can often complement them. It can enrich the mother's life and eventually even the children's lives by modeling what healthy, respectful relationships look like.
So thinking about all this, what does it mean for you listening right now? If you're a single mother maybe thinking about dating, our sources really highlight a few key things. First, prioritize strategic self-care. And that's not just bubble baths, right? It's about recharging your resilience. Remember, you're more than a mom. You're also a woman with dreams, passions, needs. Don't lose sight of that. Second, set really clear boundaries and expectations early on. The right person. They won't just respect them. They'll admire your clarity. And finally, maybe don't shy away from the unique joys this path offers, like the potential for incredibly profound connections, the resilience you already possess, and the chance to build a love that feels, well, even more intentional, truly earned.
And if you happen to be someone dating a single mother, the advice from our deep dive is pretty clear too. Listen, like really listen. Respect her established world. Understand she comes as a whole amazing package. Don't just date her. Make a conscious effort to embrace her world, recognizing the incredible strengths and the love she brings to the table.
So after digging into all of this, maybe the question lingering for some listeners is, are single mothers just doomed to be lonely? And the answer we found, pretty resoundingly, is an emphatic absolutely not.
Right. Well, the journey definitely has its unique challenges. And yes, the stakes are undeniably higher because kids are involved. The potential for authentic, life-changing love isn't just real. It often leads to incredibly fulfilling, mature relationships.
Yeah. It seems single mothers aren't looking for saviors, are they? They're looking for equals. Partners who can genuinely walk alongside them hand in hand with the kids, maybe just a few steps behind, watching and learning.
Exactly. Ultimately, what our deep dive shows is that love after single motherhood, it isn't about baggage at all. It's really about bravery. It's about the profound courage to open your heart again, not just for yourself, but for the entire family you so resiliently built. It's really a testament to the enduring power of hope and connection.
And I had one child and sat down. I had one child because I knew I didn't want my life bogged down with a whole bunch of kids. I don't want a whole bunch of kids in my house. I don't. I love kids, but I don't want no whole bunch of kids in my house day in and day out, in and out, up and down. I don't. And I saw a lady on here that said a woman is a genius if she doesn't have any children. A woman is a smart woman if she only has one child. And no lie, she ate with that. She ate with it. And I'm so glad that I did not fall into the trap of people telling me that I needed to give my child a sibling and that my child would be lonely and that I'm selfish and all of this crazy stuff about why I needed to bog myself down with children. I am so happy that I did not listen to those people, because those same people that are telling you that are the same people that are going to be nowhere to be found when you need help with those children.
And one of the most unfortunate comments he made on the show was, men of today are not used to accepting love or receiving love from women in that way because they were raised or brought up by single mothers who didn't have love in themselves to give. So these men were not taught how to accept genuine love. A few days later, I also saw a video of a Nigerian actor on social media saying single mothers cannot raise great men, that most great men of today were not raised by single mothers, that they are making up the stories. These are just a few of the comments I decided to make reference to in this video because I happen to find myself in the same industry as these men. An industry whose players are supposed to know better. An industry that tells real stories of real people and situations. An industry that should be educating and informing the masses. Why do you people hate single mothers so bad? What has single mothers done to you people? What have single mothers done wrong? Do we not know that 99% of single mothers were left with no choice? Some were raped, some lost their husbands, some as a result of dishonesty from these same men who point dirty fingers at them. Some of you talk as if these women impregnated themselves, as if she was asked to choose between having a responsible man and being a single mother and she deliberately chose to be a single mother. As if majority of single mothers are not victims of lying and promiscuous men. Cowards who abandon their own flesh and blood for their selfish reasons. And the woman who chooses to make sacrifices and stay in the life of the kids is rather the bad one. Someone please make this make sense to me.
When I tell people I'm getting a divorce, half the time they're like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I do not want people telling me I'm sorry. I want to hear congratulations. This wasn't an easy decision to come to. It's not like I woke up one day and said, hey, I'm done. I'm moving out. I don't want to be married. This was years and years and years of begging for the bare minimum. And it's not as simple as just going and filing for a divorce. I wish that was out there more, because in my head, I was always thinking like, oh, okay, I don't want to be married. I'm just going to file for divorce. No, it's not that easy. You can't just go file for a divorce. You have to meet with an attorney. You have to make sure you're doing everything properly. And it costs so much money. So much money. So yeah. I don't need oh, I'm sorry you're going through this. I need a hell yeah, girl. You finally realized your worth. You are so much better than what you've been living. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear someone say, can I give you a hug? I'm so proud of you. I don't want anybody telling me I'm sorry. Like, I made this decision and I have to live with it. And I'm proud of this decision I made. The only thing I wish I would have done differently, I would have left sooner. So if you're contemplating divorce, go ahead and get your plan in action. It's not as simple as just filing for divorce. You're going to want to get your ducks in a row. But you can do it, trust me. I'm living proof of it.
Many independent women experience loneliness despite their strength and self-sufficiency. This paradox often arises because independence, while empowering, can also become a defense mechanism developed from past disappointments or a need to avoid vulnerability. Many learn to rely solely on themselves, which makes it hard to ask for support or open up emotionally. This self-imposed isolation can deepen feelings of loneliness even if they are surrounded by people. Additionally, societal expectations place pressure on women to be both endlessly nurturing and fiercely independent, leaving little room to express weakness or need. Independent women may also overcommit to work or social obligations, masking loneliness with busyness rather than seeking genuine connection. The struggle often lies in balancing the desire for autonomy with the human need for intimacy and belonging. True connection requires vulnerability, trust, and the willingness to share burdens. Independent women who embrace these aspects can find deeper relationships that complement their strength rather than threaten it. In essence, loneliness among independent women highlights the complex interplay of resilience, emotional needs, and societal narratives. Finding peace often means redefining strength to include embracing support and authentic connection, not just self-reliance.
Now, it's not easy being a single mom again. And I say again because the first time I married, it backfired really fast, a week after to be exact, because cheaters will be cheaters, you know, and unfortunately, or actually I would say thankfully, I got pregnant and I have my JoJo now. The only problem is that just because you get married, it doesn't mean everything will be solved for you or everything's gonna go great. Things don't always turn out the way you plan them to. And yeah, I got pregnant and I've been carrying the weight by myself with JoJo for the past, I mean, he's gonna be 4. Although in my second marriage, I did receive like help for JoJo. I'm happy I have JoJo in my life because I don't have to go through this alone, but I am sad that I couldn't give JoJo a father figure. I am sad about it. I am. Now, Isaiah has a great father figure, and I'm so happy for that, but it's still unfortunate that I couldn't give both my children what they deserved. And there won't be a third. There won't be a third try. You know how they say, third time's the charm. No, I ain't doing that anymore. And I'm gonna struggle for who knows how long until they're older and they're able to, you know, be independent. But for now, I still have to continue to work very hard, and I still have to continue to be in this state co-parenting because that's where my second child was born and that's where his father is, and I have to stay here and I'm stuck regardless of my circumstances, and I have to constantly be trying to find new babysitters because they all quit. They all quit after like 2 weeks because I can't afford that much. So I'm constantly with fear that I might get fired at my job because this past month I've been late twice because my babysitters are so unreliable and they just quit. And this is gonna be my life for who knows how many years until my kids go into school. I don't know, but they're still very young, so that's still gonna continue for a long time. And not just that, but I don't have my family here. Like, I miss my mom, I miss all of them, and they're in a different country. Like, there's nothing I can do about it because I'm co-parenting and I have to stay here. But I also can't have the support of my soon-to-be ex-husband because if we want to do it the correct way and co-parent the right way, I have to keep to myself and I have to do things on my own. And I can't ask his family for help because that's his family. And the minute I decide to divorce him, which I'm in the process of doing right now, I can't receive help from his family. And it's unfortunate for me because I'm the loneliest I've ever been. I'm at the lowest financially too. My car is I don't think my car will make it another winter here. It needs tires, it needs brakes, it needs a lot of things. And it's just a constant stress of thinking, shoot, are we gonna make it this month? Like, and then on top of that, like, just feeling all the weight. Anyways, this page is only about positivity. And the reason why I speak like a lot of positive stuff is because I've heard this saying that if you speak positive thoughts, you will feel positive. So that's why I speak positive things all the time, not because I feel good right now or because I just try to trick my brain into thinking everything's okay when honestly, like, I'm not doing that okay.